Thank you very much. Colin Smyth to be followed by Mark Ruskell. Colin Smyth.
Thank you, President Officer. My question is for the Cabinet Secretary for the Rural Economy. Now, COVID-19 is first and foremost a public health crisis, but it's also an economic crisis with rural communities disproportionately affected because of the importance of sectors such as tourism and hospitality. The financial support so far has been very welcome, but can I ask the Cabinet Secretary if there will be further financial support for those rural businesses really struggling at present, particularly those who miss out on current schemes? And given that the Scottish Government budget for Highlands and Islands Enterprise and South of Scotland Enterprise was lower this year than was probably anticipated, will he consider extra funding to those agencies to help support Scotland's struggling rural economy?
Cabinet Secretary Fergus Ewing.
Presiding Officer, the member is absolutely correct that the impacts of COVID have perhaps been most severe upon tourism, which essentially has ceased, rightly so for the time being, in the interests of public safety, as Mr Smith says. That has meant that both the UK and the Scottish Governments have responded fairly quickly with a comprehensive series of measures of rates relief for the hospitality, leisure and retail sector, coupled with various grant support. In addition to the original package, Presiding Officer, we have responded to concerns of industry with an additional £220 million across Scotland, which will in part be intended to relieve hardship. By that I mean not defray and compensate for all losses. That plainly would not be something that government could do, but to allow a sufficient lifeline, a bridge, if you like, to tourism businesses to help them navigate through this crisis and emerge on the other side. And I have engaged extensively with the tourism community in Scotland. The Scottish Tourism Alliance, led by Mark Crothall, and other bodies like the Caravan representative body, the Association of Visitor Attractions, people who are involved in self-employed work, in eco-tourism, specific areas around the country. I think 10 chambers of commerce I've had conference calls with. I'm acutely aware of these issues, and I'm determined to do everything within our power, working with the UK government to fill the gaps, as it were, where some businesses currently are losing out and are understandably frustrated about that. So far, I can tell members that as at the 21st of April, there has been administered 33,000 grant awards totalling £388 million. But there's a lot more to do, and I won't be happy until the job is done. And with support of all members and all parties, I believe that we will make significant headway in the weeks to come in addressing that immediate requirement for aid to businesses to weather the storm that COVID has engendered.